Hey guys, bit of an unattractive subject, but it's important, so let's muscle through. This is dealing with sexual assault, and the reason why I'm covering it is because, one, it's out of control. The statistics are there, and I've got resources I'll list below. It's a big comprehensive study done in 2010, funded by the Department of Defense and the National Institute of Justice. So anyway, there's lots of stuff that's been covered on this, but I want to raise awareness. So that you have a resource now to share with loved ones that you have, so they don't become victims of this stuff as well. 1 in 4 women are going to be sexually assaulted in some point of their life. Think about that. 1 in 4 women. And also understand that this is one of the most underreported crimes, with 80 to 90% not even being reported to police officers. So it's probably even worse, not better. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 6 boys, which is out of control. My intention is, 1, raise awareness. This is an out of control problem. 2, I want to be able to tell you when, how, and where it's going to happen so that your loved ones or you wouldn't fall victim to it as well. And 3, give you some good, just common sense tips so that, again, you don't fall into the same pitfalls. So first off, for kids, little children are going to be sexually assaulted by somebody who's close to the family generally. It could be a family member, a neighbor, a distant family member, a trusted friend. That's usually, statistically, overwhelmingly, that's who's going to happen. So spend the night parties and stuff that used to be great when you were a kid, they're not okay now. And it's sick and twisted and foreign. Oh, never would happen to my kid. Yeah, absolutely, it could happen to your kid. Stuff like child pornography exists now, and it's out of control. Ask any cop or detective, and a big piece of what law enforcement is having to deal with is reacting to out-of-control sexual assault problems, and especially with just little kids. High schoolers, you young, pretty, naive girls, you're going to fall in love with some guy that everybody knows is a bonehead except you, and you say, no, you don't really know him, he's really sweet, and you're just going to be so flattered by the fact that he's interested in you that you're going to become part of the statistics as well. Don't be stupid. Your friends and family see something that you don't, and they're more experienced than you. I'm not your dad, and now I can probably come across as some preachy curmudgeon that's just trying to spoil your fun. No, I'm trying to help you and protect you and save you, and I've got no ulterior motive here except speaking to me to you of, hey, listen, the statistics are there, and you're about to become part of that statistic. Don't fall for it. 50% of those who are sexually assaulted, it's done by someone in an intimate relationship who refuses to say no. Anyway, you need to deal with that. And if by the way, if any of you have been sexually assaulted, you need to report that to authorities right away. It's not just about what happens to you. It's that if this person isn't caught and stopped, then you're just going to guarantee it's going to happen to someone else and someone else and someone else. And that could be partially your fault because you're not stopping it. Now, I don't want to treat you harshly here. I want to approach you with a degree of compassion, but I also want to rouse you to heroism as well so that you don't allow other people to be victimized too. And I'm very sorry for anyone that's watching on who has been victimized. This is inexcusable crime, and I want it to stop, and that's why this little PSA is happening. I teach classes. I'm a tactics and firearms instructor, so talking about this kind of stuff is a regular part of my job. I taught 2 different classes on it yesterday. In college, you're going to be sexually assaulted at a party when you're just way too drunk, or you did some drugs or something else, or someone goes on the offensive and they're not just waiting for you to opportunistically pass out so that they can sexually assault you. They may put Rufalin in your drink or something else like that so that you're able to do this. And it's not just happening to girls. Outside of those things, you have a 80% chance if you're going to be sexually assaulted, it happens before you're 25. 50% of those who are sexually assaulted happens before you're 18, and 12% of those who are going to be sexually assaulted happens before the age of 10. The big places you're vulnerable, just as generalities, is when you're in transit. You're going to and from the grocery store, work, to and from home, or something else like that. It's not because they're going to sexually assault you necessarily in the parking lot. It's that's where they're going to target you, follow you home, and look for an opportunity. I still remember vividly a gal who came to me not long ago for firearms training. She lived in a city nearby where I live right now, and she was very, very upset because she felt like she was from a safe area, yet she had went jogging one day, and somebody had followed her home, kicked open her front door, and he raped her for hours. Raped her for hours, in case the gunfire cut me off. And I remember just kind of how she felt, I think, a little bit betrayed, because she's like, I had guns. I'd shot those guns. She just didn't have the time to get to them. She had a false sense of security. So if you're using guns to defend yourselves, lady, you need to get training. It's not enough just to have guns. You need training on that so that you'll actually have a chance of being able to employ them effectively. When you're out in public or whatnot, guys, make sure your head is up, your shoulders are back, you are alert. Get off your phone. I'll say this again. Actually, I'll say it twice. Get off your phone, get off your phone, get off your phone. Here, I went all out. I said it 3 times. If you want to play on your phone, great. Do it at home. Do it in the safety of your workplace, if it is safe to do that. Employers are going to love that I said that. If you're in the grocery store, finish it in there. But once you hit the curb and you're kind of out and about, it's game on. Put your technology away. Keep your head up. If you're traveling around at night, have a flashlight with you and scan the parking lot first. Any bad guys that are watching on looking for easy targets will see, they're situationally aware, they're probably law enforcement, and they probably have a gun, because they just associate those things with flashlights. Pepper spray is wonderful. You don't need much training to just have one in, and it's socially unacceptable just hanging out holding a gun all the time. So make sure you have pepper spray at the ready. It's kind of in your hand when you're walking to and fro in the parking lot, going out for jogs or something else like that. So get guns and training as well. At home, your door should be locked as soon as you go out and leave the home. Your door should be locked when you're in the house. Alarm systems, make sure you have one. Have a panic button in a centrally located place of your home so that when you're fleeing from a door that's being kicked in, you can hit it on your way to a safe room or on your way to a firearm or something like that. Make sure your alarm is set when you go to sleep at night. Make sure your alarm is set when you're leaving the house as well. Have guns and knives, whatever, strategically placed around your house. Like, hey, if you're going to get raped, it may very well happen on your bed, so tape a knife to the back of the headboard so that you can actually reach towards something. All kinds. Our house is booby-trapped with all kinds of nice surprises for anybody who wants to try to touch my wife in the event that I'm not home. And guys, they're probably going to wait till a time when you're not around. That's when they'll be targeted. So ladies, your husband and the cop, we're not going to be able to save you. It's up to you. So that you got to be ready, and the best way to be ready is to be armed with knowledge, because it's not good enough just to train hard. You got to train smart. Hope this was helpful, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Yay for all that. And I really do care. Make some changes. See you guys.